You've heard about human trafficking. It's where children and adults are forced into slavery as sex workers or into forced labor. Some professors at the University of San Francisco have devised a way for you to see whether there is human trafficking in your own neighborhood or anywhere in the world. The State Department estimates nearly 20,000 people are trafficked in this country every year, 27 million around the world. Take a look at slaverymap.org.
Welcome to slaverymap.org.
So as we turn our attention to Slavery Map today, we want to look at the cases that you've been documenting this week.
University of San Francisco professor David Batsone helped create slaverymap.org. He and Professor Mike Duffy teach a social justice class at USF in which students live together and learn to work as a team to research issues such as human trafficking. Their information on the cases already investigated will be entered onto slaverymap.org.
62 deaf-mute Mexicans were being held in a house owned by an organized crime family.
If patients refuse to go to these sessions or refuse to do tasks and chores that were assigned to them, they would be stripped of their clothing.
Along with their debt bondage, Lee used force and the threat of force to keep these men working for him against their will.
They weren't put out of business and they continue hiring Mexican workers.
And no one from the company went to jail or was prosecuted as a criminal?
No one went to jail.
The students involved in this year's class on social justice at USF were surprised to find out how invisible the crime of human trafficking is to most people. This is video from the class recently just about to go undercover in a garment factory in San Francisco to look at working conditions.
It was dirty and dusty, and I knew that this just wasn't the right environment for these women to be in. So it was an eye-opener for me.
The sewing machines weren't safe. They didn't have eye protection or anything like that.
You can easily search slaverymap.org to see the cases in your neighborhood.
They're all over the Bay Area, in San Jose, in Walnut Creek, in Berkeley, here in our own San Francisco, of course. The State Department says that San Francisco is one of the 12 major ports of trafficking into the United States each year.
Some in the class are investigating the nationwide child sex trafficking sting in October, in which 400 people were arrested and 21 children rescued from prostitution, some of them in the Bay Area.
It's horrible. It's something that we don't think about, but it really exists.
With the invention and acceleration of the use of the internet, we're seeing a shift toward operations occurring in residences, to young girls being trafficked into homes and having them exploited out of people's homes.
The cases that they're working on and the situations that they're reading about and investigating are many times of kids their own age, young women who are being trafficked or young men that are being trafficked.
You know, imagine if we have 30 universities doing what this class does.
It actually makes me very grateful about my standings and where I am, but also makes me want to educate people to know that modern slavery is going on and that we can stop it.